Hello and welcome back to my channel, Pivoting Pennies. My name is Alyssa, and this is where I like to share my budget every week. So I'm doing this a little early because my husband technically gets paid Monday, but we're going out of town tomorrow to Oklahoma, where we're from, and we won't be back till the 7th or 8th or something like that. So I wanted to get this video out because my next video will definitely not be on a Friday. I think it should be out on the 7th. Is that Monday? Whatever the Monday is after the 4th of July. This week has been very busy and expensive. Let's see, what Monday there was really nothing. Tuesday, I did if you're new here, I'm pregnant, and I did my 3-hour glucose test because I failed my first one, and I in fact do have gestational diabetes. So today, I went and met to get all of my glucose monitor and talk about where my numbers need to be and what to kind of eat and avoid and all that. And then when I get back, I'm also going to meet with a nutritionist. So honestly, I read about it a little bit before I took this second test because I was just kind of setting myself up for believing I had it, just so I didn't freak out. And I'm really not that worried. Plus my numbers are on the very low end of high, I just barely failed. So I'm just not looking forward to having to check my blood sugar 4 times a day. But I've already done it twice today, and it's really not that bad. So, and my numbers were where they're supposed to be, so that's good. What else happened? Wednesday, I took my dog to the vet. I got him his vaccines that I knew I'd be getting. And then I also got him, I wanted to get him on heartworm meds and flea and tick medicine and everything. I've been kind of a bad dog mom and haven't had him on that since we moved here to North Carolina, so over a year. But they did the test, and in order to get the medicine, they had to do the test, so it was $50. So we did the test, and they gave me a sample, and then they did tell me, so 1 month supply is $45 around there, but it is supposed to be cheaper if I get the 6 month supply kind of thing. So I'm hoping that next month I'll be able to fund that. And then what else did they gave him his normal vaccines, and they said he was good, but it was a little more expensive than I thought it would be, just because I did extra things. And then Wednesday I also had our anatomy scan. Everything looks good with the baby. Well, I haven't got the results yet, but I'm sure I don't know. Nothing seemed alarming, so but it was fun to get to see for a longer period of time. And then Thursday is today, and today I went and met with the doctor. Well, I met with the pharmacist. I don't know if this is the normal way they do it, because my husband's in the military, so I go to the naval hospital. But they basically said when I get back I'll meet with them and see how my numbers are. But they said depending on how things are going, I'll basically be meeting every 1 or 2 weeks to make sure I'm doing well, and they don't need to put me on insulin or anything. So I feel today I went to get my oil changed and the car checked out. They said that I needed a coolant flush, and I was okay, whatever. We're driving a long way, so I don't know if I really needed it. I'm sure I did, but so I did that. And they also gave me new air filters, which I know I could have done because I've done it before, but I was already there and leaving tomorrow, so I was like, whatever, just do it. So it costs a little bit more than I had $200 in there, but I just kind of used a little bit of the money I had for next month. But I think that's pretty much everything. So now let's go. We're budgeting for July. So first, we'll just go to July. First, I want to put this 1360.11, how much I have, and I want to take out this just because I want to see how far I got, which is basically not far at all. But I do feel if you're new, I'm working on getting a month ahead. So I'm trying to fund obviously a month ahead. So I'm just going to do all the small ones I can. And then I'll just put the rest there. So there you go. But I have to fund till the 15th. I'm gonna try to fund a little more. Also, I used to pay, I think I need to pay like $405 or something dollars, but I'm starting to try to pay $450 just to get a little bit ahead on that. Why is that yellow? Oh, because Netflix went up, so I have to fund a little more. So I'm just going to leave that. All of our bills for the first half of the month are covered. So I'm gonna leave it open, but I'm gonna come back to it. And we're gonna go to our weekly. This week is a little weird because we're not gonna be in town. So I'm not gonna budget for groceries for this week. But when we get back, I've not really bought very many groceries because I've been trying to obviously like use up what we have. So when I get back, it'll probably be a little more. So I'm just gonna do, okay, let's see, 500 divided by 2. I feel like that's a lot. I'm gonna do 200. Another thing that I'm gonna have to be very thoughtful and mindful about is now, obviously there are things I can eat when we're eating out, but it's probably just a better bet to not eat out. So we'll probably be saving quite a bit of money on eating out and spending a little more on groceries. So I might have to readjust things. So each tank of gas for me and my husband is usually $30. So I'm gonna put in another $30 for when we get back. It's like one tank. I'm just gonna put in 90. That should be plenty. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if my husband needs gas or anything yet. Eating out, like I said, we're not gonna be eating out as much, hopefully. So I don't really know what to put. Let's see. Well, for one whole week we're not going to be here, and anything we do I'm like counting as our travel. I'm going to put 40 just because, but we'll see. Entertainment, I'm going to put I'll put 20 just because my husband won't need a haircut this week, but he will when we get back. And then I need to look at a calendar. Hold on. Let's see. I have my little planner. So, we're gonna leave. He doesn't need one this week. He will need 2 before everything's said and done. So, put 40 till his next paycheck. And then once again, he'll need to go to pool 2 times. Spending when we get back, he'll need money. I'm gonna put 60 for now. And then I'll put 30 for me. But we're probably not spending that till we get back. So now so these are all covered. Bandit. I went through, okay. So I figured out like when his next vaccines are, and obviously like it doesn't need to be so granular and like how I make this out to be, but honestly it's more of a reminder for me, like he needs to get them kind of thing, although I do get like emails. So he is getting a little low on food, so I'm just gonna go ahead put that, and then I'm gonna put at least the 45 for the next heartworm meds, and then hopefully I can cover a little more later. I'm gonna cover all the smaller ones, and I'll cover half of that. So, and then baby, oh well, I'll come to that in a second. Oil change, I'm not gonna put any right now because we literally just I got my oil changed and my husband got his like last month, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna leave that empty for now. This I'm snoozing. Oh, I can't snooze until. I'm not putting anything into the baby category right now. I will when we get back. And then, let's see. I guess I can. I'm gonna fund this fully, and then take that. So at least I basically have 3 bills, but one's like very small. It's $350. But I'm going to do, I don't know. I'll just put it towards his heartworm medicine. I get paid next week, so I'll be able to fund I'll be able to fund these bills and some sinking funds and all that good stuff. July will be a little bit short on funds, possibly, just because I will be missing a week of work as a server. But also, last year, July, I made like the most money out of the whole year, so it probably won't actually be that bad. But I think that's everything. So I will see you the 7th or 8th or whenever, and I hope you all have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. And also, I can't remember who, but someone commented that they had gestational diabetes, and one thing that I'm kind of like is our like road trip. I'm like, what am I gonna eat? So I'm gonna take like hard-boiled eggs and cheese, and I'm gonna make a sandwich with like whole wheat bread. Also, I know like I don't have to be perfect about it, especially this is literally my first week of knowing about it, so it's really just kind of like testing and seeing what works and what doesn't for me. But if anyone has any ideas of good snacks or even just meals or anything like that, any experience with gestational diabetes, let me know and I will gladly take any advice. But yeah, I'll see you soon.